Hey, thanks for joining me. I'm Kyle Brotherson, and today I'm gonna do a product spotlight, just kind of like initial impressions of the new boots that I have. These are the Alpinestars TECH 10 boots. Now, these are the last major brand that I hadn't used before because I've used Garnet, I've used CD, I've used Fox, had over 10 years of boots, and now I have these boots as well. And this is just an initial impressions. You can tell these have been used, they're dirty, I've got dirt all over them. I don't bring stuff to you unless I'm excited about it, unless I think it's a good thing. So I buy all types of things at full price and then review them, use them, test them. You guys help pay for that by using the links down in the description to companies like Rocky Mountain ATV. You also support it by taking part in the Dirt Bike Channel sweepstakes, which right now in the month of October, you can win one of 3 different motorcycles that I have in this garage right now. And all of that happens by using the links down below. So just wanted to put that plug in there. But initial impressions, I want to talk about the TECH 10s because they're good enough that I definitely can't gloss over this. And this is not a full review because I've only put an hour on them on the bike. But here's initial impressions. The reason why I didn't do these in the past is because inside of the Alpinestars TECH 10 boot, and this is their top of the line flagship boot, they have a little bootie. I haven't had to pull these out to get the boot on, but this is the bootie inside here. So here you go. Hopefully that shows. You have a bootie, so you have a bootie inside of a boot. Now, so far while I've been putting these on and using them, I haven't taken these out because I was wondering if you were gonna need to put this on and then put your foot in here. I don't think that's a good idea, at least so far. I think it's better to leave the bootie inside and then put your foot in there. But so now you're putting your foot in and then you're strapping that bootie around your ankle. And then you're doing the buckles on the outside. Now, Alpinestars went with 3 buckles on these things. So far the buckles are pretty good, although I can tell as they get dirtier, they're gonna be maybe a little bit harder to buckle. Maybe it won't work quite as well. But I do like the fact that I only have 3 buckles and they're not terribly difficult to do. I didn't know what size to get. I wear a 10.5 shoe. And most of these boots only come in full sizes. So you can either do like 9, 10, 11. I didn't know what to do. So I got the 11s on here and they're pretty big. I could maybe even go with a 10. I kind of wish I would have gone with the 10, but by the time I realized they were maybe a skosh too big, they'd already been dirty. I bought these from Rocky Mountain ATV. Please, if you're gonna buy anything, use my links to Rocky Mountain ATV. You can find them over at dirtbikechannel.com. There's a links section up there, or you can check in the video description, or you can email me and I'll send you a link. But anyway, Rocky Mountain ATV has a great return policy, but it's only if you don't get it dirty and whatever. So these are the longest boots that I've owned. And I think the bootie plays a little bit of a part in that. They're also, I will say, bar none, the stiffest boots I've ever owned. These still need to break in a little bit for me. My buddy AJ Catanzaro saw that I posted something about it on Instagram, and he's like, hey, put your toe under a car tire and then rock back. But this thing, I mean, I'm telling you, look at this. That sucker, oh my gosh, that is the stiffest boot I have ever had. Now, I like a stiff boot. I want support. The whole reason I'm doing this is so that I can get support. So I'm not complaining about that. I'm just saying, hey, if this is your first ever boot, just know this sucker is stiff. It will break in over time, I'm sure, but it is very stiff. So stiff that it's actually feeling like it's putting pressure back into my knees, almost like a ski boot would, like for skiing. I'm not overly excited about that, but I'm gonna give them some time to continue to break in. I mean, I don't think you would get more support off of any boot, any motocross boot out there. I don't have a ton of feel of the foot pegs through the bottom of these things, at least not yet. So I'm kind of adjusting my brake, like feeling where my brake is. That's been the most difficult part because of the way how stiff the boot is. I stand most of the time. You're standing with your toes pointed in, and it's been hard for me to get the feel of my brake pedal, where it is. I think that will get better over time. Lots of different colorways for these things. This is kind of like a grayish blue navy thing down at the bottom. It's hard to tell in this lighting. I think it's a really, really good looking boot, and they've got a ton of different options for it. Again, this is the Tech 10. This is the top of the line Alpinestars. So it is comfortable. You slip your foot down in that bootie and it is very comfortable, but it's another thing you have to do. And then the boot is freaking stiff. I think I was right, me personally, to wait as long as I did in order to try these boots. Because yeah, they're stiff. And then it's one more thing you have to do. Now, and my feet, people say like, hey, how are they good on, are they good waterproof? Every time I take my feet out of any of the boots that I've ever had, they're completely soaked. Doesn't matter if I go through a river or not, my feet are soaked because of the sweat. And these are no different, but they are pretty comfortable, very stiff, very expensive. A lot of these boots are expensive. I paid full price. It was what, $619. But honestly, you get what you pay for. And when you are out there, I'm wearing so much gear. I don't even want to tell you what the dollar amount of gear is that I'm wearing. I have that number in my head and I don't want to scare you, but I've only got one body and I got to protect it. And these boots will definitely protect your toes, your ankles, your shins, everything. And I'm telling you, if I had to choose, obviously a helmet, you can't go without a helmet. But if I had to choose, and if I had to get off of a mountain and I had to choose between my boots and my helmet, I'd probably choose the boots only because of, dude, when I hit my head, yeah, that's bad, but I don't hit my head that often. I hit my feet all the time. My boots are constantly protecting me, whereas my helmet protects me only sometimes. I'm not saying don't wear a helmet. I'm saying always, 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 always wear a helmet. But what I'm also saying is the boots are just as important. The boots will give you more protection over more things than the helmet will.
You can't afford to break your head, so that's why we wear helmets.
I use my boots for the protection more than I use my helmet, I guess is what I'm saying there. So that's my initial impression of the Alpinestars. I didn't weigh them, but they feel very comparable to my other boots as far as that goes. So I'll continue to wear these for the next few months and then do kind of a full wrap-up review on them. And yeah, so far so good. Very stiff, lots of protection. I'm a 10.5. I probably should have dropped down to a 10 size. And hopefully, and that might actually increase my feel on that, on my rear brake. I don't know. Anyway, that's what I've got for you guys. Again, make sure you get entered for the sweepstakes. You can enter to win my KTM 300 XCW, my KTM 250 XC TPI, and my KTM 250 SXF. Someone is going to win. Why not you? Less than 1% of the people who watch my videos enter these sweepstakes. And this sweepstakes here in the month of October, it's been slower than any of the other ones that I've done so far. So your chances are much better than you think. You have to get entered by October 31st, Halloween at midnight. And then we'll do a live drawing to see who wins that thing. And you're gonna come to Utah, do a ride day with me. I'm gonna pay for your flight, your hotel. It's gonna be fun. So we'll have to do a desert ride for sure because of the way that it's going. So anyway, hopefully everybody's having a fantastic day. It's a Sunday afternoon when I'm shooting this. I've got to get this video out. Yeah, no rest for the weary here. So thanks so much, and looking forward to continuing testing these boots. Go to dirtbikechannel.com and get entered for the sweepstakes in October. Thank you so much, and leave a single track.